Please hold on there. Are you feeling that you are the only one who is suffering seasons in your marriage right now? Maybe you felt that your season is the worst. Every other people around you are enjoying their marriages and you felt that you are the only odd one out. Your neighbors are laughing all the time and then you see them as if God is with them and you felt God is no longer with you. No, please hold on there. Let me tell you this quickly, that we make one big mistake by thinking that our relationship should be only one season. No, it cannot be only one season, because there are so many seasons that will come one after the other, rolling in and then rolling out in circles all through the lifespan of our marriage. So your neighbor could be in different season. You are in a different season. So it will be inappropriate for you to keep on comparing your season with the seasons of every other people around you, because you are a peculiar person in a peculiar season that is peculiar to your own marriage. Today, I am not limiting it to your neighbor. I am taking it deeply into some biblical examples of our forefathers, our fathers in faith who have been through seasons in their own marriages, in their own relationship, and how God helped them through. We could gain from them. First example I'm bringing to you is Adam and Eve. They were in their own season of beginnings and discovery. Adam and Eve represent spring season of relationship. Everything was new, everything was exciting, no shame, no baggages. The Bible said in the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 25 and said that both of them were naked and they were not ashamed. They knew themselves to be one. So this season is marked by innocence, discovery, openness, and even joy. But I'm here to disappoint you a little bit, because that season cannot last forever. It did not last forever. We all know the story about Adam and Eve. Wisdom in this is that the spring is not a whole year. Have we forgotten that? Spring season will come, then another season will come thereafter. So you will have to be prepared for other seasons, because no single season lasts forever. My number 2 example is Jacob and Rachel. They were in their summer season of passion, effort, and growth. The Bible made us to understand that Jacob loved Rachel so much that he had to work for 14 good years just to have her. The Bible tells us that Jacob even said that those 14 years felt like few days to him, because he was intentional about it. He was all out for Rachel. And then we can actually be able to relate this to the summer season in our lives, in our marriages, when love is so intentional. There is effort, you have a lot of sacrifices, and then commitment. This season is just where you don't just feel love alone. You chose it. You are intentional about it. Here is the wisdom in this summer season. I just want to relate this to Jacob and Rachel, just as I have said, that if someone is not willing to labor for the relationship, for the marriage, they are not ready for the harvest. So I don't know what you are going through in your marriage right now. You should choose to work out for it. Remember that even Jacob worked a whole of 14 good years before he could make Rachel his wife. How long have you labored in your own marriage? So don't call it up yet. You have a forerunner in that regard. My number 3 example is David and Michal. They were in their autumn season, which is the season of change and misalignment. Remember that David and Michal, they started love, but over time something shifted, because the book of 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 16 says that Michal, at a particular point during the journey of their relationship, she despised David with her heart. So autumn is not so loud, it's subtle, and then maybe respect begins to drop, communication changes, hearts grow distant. So if it is happening in your marriage, you are not the very first person who is experiencing that. Many people have experienced that and they came out of it refined. Let me tell you this, if your situations is a little bit related to that of David and Michal right now, you should know that the wisdom that is demanding here is that you should begin to adjust. You should begin to have conversations. Don't ignore it. And it is winter that will actually follow if you are not careful about it. So identify if your heart has begun to grow farther from each other. Now resentment is setting in and probably hatred, so to say, you should be able to know that you can navigate through it. You can navigate through that season because another season will soon roll by. The example 4 I want to bring to you is about Hosea and Gomer. They were in their winter season, the season of pain, of testing, and perseverance. Winter is the hardest season in marriage. It is when there could be betrayal, rejection, or deep wounds. They show up in this season. Hosea married Gomer knowing fully that she was not a perfect woman. She had her own flaws and still chose redemption over rejection. He never rejected her. Hosea chapter 3 verse 1 told us that, go again, love a woman who is in love with another man, an adulterous woman for that matter. He married her, and then what happened? Hosea was able to fix the odd. It was a very odd and unpalatable situation, but he was able to fix the odd. He chose redemption over rejection. He didn't reject her. So maybe you are in the hardest season in your marriage right now. It feels so bitter. It feels so you can't even describe it. Some people have overcame that same situation before, and now they have testimonies with them. During the winter, during this very difficult and hard season, this is what God is expecting you to do, that your love should be much more rooted, and not just the emotional flings and not the mood swings and all of that. This is when your commitment will be tested. This is when your covenant will be tested. This is when God will keep the situation, will keep the relationship alive himself through you, through his spirit that will be working with patience and endurance and long suffering inside of you. I know that many people are going through their winter season right now, and you really don't want to see your wife, or you don't want to see your husband face to face. You abhor them so much, but wait there, because God is actually pruning you and he is training you. It's a refining process, and nobody can say that refining through fire is an easy process. We know that it is not easy. Pruning a grass is not an easy process as well, because it cuts deep, it cuts so sharply into the most difficult part of our body, of our system. But at long run, it is just as if God is taking away those things that will not let you grow spiritually or morally or emotionally, all round growth. That is what God is training you for. So I don't really know if your marriage is going through a very tough time, a very tough season right now. Please remember that Hosea was able to scale through as well. He did not reject, but he chose to redeem. It is not every winter that ends with separation, with divorce. There are some winter that prepares the soil for restoration. So it is left for you to understand what God is trying to work out in you, what color, what shape God is trying to bring out of you. So because you are having it right now that it is a bit tight, a bit difficult, there is discomfort and maybe some unhappiness, some sadness and all of that, and that does not mean that it should head towards divorce or towards separation. You take a pause and identify that season and be patient with it, persevere and know what God is trying to bring out of you. And I know that when gold is refined, it comes out better, it becomes more expensive, values increase, it appreciates in value. My number 5 example, the last but not the least, is about Boaz and Ruth. They came in the season of harvest, season of reward and fulfillment. Ruth labored quietly in the field before she was able to meet Boaz. Harvest comes after obedience. It comes after patience and after process. So if you try to jump a process, if you are not promoted, if you try to go to the next class, you could be demoted. So you wait there and persevere. Past the process, it's a process. Let God see you through it. To wrap it up this way with some strong takeaways, please note that the danger is not being in the season, but the danger is you misinterpreting your season. Don't quit in winter. What was planted in spring, it will be a waste. And then don't demand harvest when it is still summer. It will be a misalignment. And then please discern your season, then apply the best wisdom. Apply the correct wisdom, and don't romanticize your autumn without making necessary adjustments so that you'll be able to stand the next season coming to you. Thank you so much for listening to me today. My name is Helen, the set person of Marriage on the Rock and Singles with Purpose.